You know, Latinos, we're known for a great work ethic. We are hard workers. Well, eventually we will reach an age in which we may want to take a break or retire. But are we going to be ready? My next guest says we are far from it. Joseph Leitmann-Santa Cruz is the Director of Community Outreach for Capital Area Asset Builders, a local nonprofit, and is here with important information to share with all of us. Joseph, thank you for being here.
Alejandro, thank you for having me here. And first of all, thank you for covering this topic. I believe that you're the only one in this whole region who's actually paying attention to this crucial matter. And throughout the nation, there are very few people who are actually informing the community. So thanks for doing that.
No problem. Tell me how big the problem is as to Latinos and our lack of preparedness for retirement.
Sure. Retirement is really something not very sexy to talk about because you're talking about looking 3, 4, 5 decades into the future. Just at the general U.S. population level, you have more than 1/3 of all Americans not saving anything at all for retirement. That's a significant problem.
Sure.
When it comes to the Latino population, you have even a greater problem. You have 69% of all Latinos throughout the country not having $1 in any kind of a retirement asset.
And we're looking at those numbers right now on the screen.
And so if you take a look at the Latino situation, together with the African American situation, 69% and 62% respectively, right there you're talking about a significant portion of the U.S. population not being ready to deal with the situation down the road.
And those who do save have less than $10,000, for what I understand, in their retirement accounts.
Right. So of the 30% of Latinos who are actually saving for retirement, you have 4 out of 5 Latino families having less than $10,000 in retirement assets. So on the one hand, it's great that people are in the process of saving for retirement. However, having less than $10,000 to deal with many years after we stop earning money is not something very beneficial.
We're talking about 80% for Latinos.
Absolutely. So you're talking about a significant portion of that situation.
Now, Forbes wrote something. I read an article in Forbes about a couple of months ago, and it said that even Latinos who make over $100,000 a year are not saving enough for retirement.
It's unbelievable.
So why is that about? Is it a cultural issue? What is it?
I would say it's really a combination.
Because you would think that it's because they don't have any money to save, but that's not necessarily the case.
No. Whether one has a high level of access to income or a low level of access to income, we're all able to save. What matters is knowing what services and products are provided by the financial services industry. So that's one of the biggest problems, not being able to know what services and products are available.
And why is that happening? Is it that those organizations are not targeting or reaching out to the community?
It's amazing.
More effectively?
The private sector is missing out on a significant chunk of the U.S. population. So as an example, per federal law, it is not permissible for any investment firm to pitch anything investment related in Spanish. Okay. All contracts must be written in English. So right away you have a significant lack of information not being made available.
All right, let's talk a little bit about let's inform the public and how they can do better saving for retirement. Where does retirement income come from? If I want to plan for my retirement, what should I be looking at? That's
a great question. A lot of people say, well, I don't need to be doing anything because Social Security has my back. Sure. In reality, you're talking about 1/3 of the income we will receive in retirement coming from Social Security. That means that it's up to me to take care of my reality in retirement. So 2/3 of the income that I will need, that we all will need to handle our financial affairs, has to come from retirement savings or from work that we have to be doing after the age of 65.
All right, for someone who's watching the program right now, recently became interested in saving for retirement, what should they do? What is the #1 advice you can give?
Great organization in D.C. called America Saves talks about prioritizing expenses. So we need to be creating a family budget, and we all have the ability to save for retirement. It's a matter of we all have dreams and aspirations. What matters is to translate them into objectives and goals, and retirement has to be a critical goal for all families throughout the country.
Well, thank you for what you're doing for educating people on the topic. I think it's very important.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph Leitmann-Santa Cruz.